Welcome to another episode of A Deeper Dive. A Deeper Dive is a series in which I take a topic suggested by you guys and take as deep and as thorough a look into it as possible. I try to explore it as far as I can and then explain it to you guys in a video. Now, if you have a topic for a future episode of The Deeper Dive, please do leave them down in the comments below. And if you see somebody has already suggested a good idea, give them a thumbs up. I'm going to be picking one of the comments with the most thumbs up. Well, not the most, but one of. Today we're going to be taking a look at a comment from Coxhead, who didn't get as many upvotes as some of the other posts, but I thought it was still a great topic to take a look into. He says, "Can we get a video about Samantha? She was such a key part of the story, and it feels like she, in a way, was forgotten about in Black Ops 3. Does she still have her powers by the end of the story, or is she just a girl again?" In order to take a deeper dive into Samantha from Black Ops 3, we need to rewind the clock and go back to World at War, more specifically, 3's. At the time, Samantha was just a normal girl. Her father was Dr. Maxis, the leader of Group 935, so despite being an ordinary girl, she did not have an ordinary life. She found herself living in different facilities, and at one point was under the experimentation of Dr. Richtofen. Now, at the 3's facility, Dr. Maxis and Dr. Richtofen were doing tests with the teleporters and Samantha's dog, Fluffy.
Initiating test number 6. Subject is within test chamber. Activate power. Damn it, Edward! Did you set up the device correctly?
Yes, Doctor. As per your specifications.
If you had done it to my specifications, then it would have worked, wouldn't it? As usual, your incompetence has...
What? Do you hear that, Doctor?
Quiet, you fool! Test number 6 is a failure, but the experiment has caused some kind of electrical force to energize within the chamber. Well, open the door!
Doctor, I don't think...
Open the door! Now!
Daddy, what are you doing with Fluffy?
Damn it, Samantha! I told you never to come in here! Edward, get her out of here!
Yes, Doctor.
What's wrong with her? Daddy, what did you do? Fluffy!
Come back here, Samantha! Stop her! Easy! Come here, Samantha. Good girl, Flossie. Gently, Samantha. That's not Flossie anymore. We must get out of here. What? Edward, what are you doing? Open the door! Edward, open this door now!
I'm scared.
God, no! Stay by me, Samantha!
Goodbye, Dr. Maxis.
This might be one of the most famous radios in all of zombies. This is when Samantha sees her dog in the teleporter, runs after it, and then Dr. Maxis soon makes chase after Samantha. They all find themselves in the teleporter, and Dr. Richtofen shuts the door, locks them in, and teleports them. And this is the beginning of Richtofen's grand plan, in which he tries to take out Samantha and Dr. Maxis. Now, Samantha ends up at the pyramid, and we have in the timeline, October 13th, 1945, Sam is teleported to the moon while Groff and Schuster work on the MPD. Running into the MPD, she is drawn inside of it, where she becomes corrupted by the Dark Ether. This is when Samantha goes from just a normal girl to somebody with power, somebody a bit more supernatural. Samantha is suddenly corrupted by the Dark Ether, and she's inside the pyramid. She now has control of all of the zombies. Now, Dr. Maxis was teleported to the crazy place. They eventually find Maxis and take her to Samantha in the pyramid, hoping to coax her out of it. Instead, what happens is, October 13th, 1945, in an effort to free Samantha, Maxis approaches the MPD and persuades her to come out. Once she does, Maxis gives her an instruction: kill them all. Maxis kills himself and also merges with the technology of Griffin Station, while Samantha unleashes the dead upon the base. Now Samantha is the antagonist of the zombie storyline. She is no longer this innocent girl. She's corrupted by the Dark Ether, and Maxis has given her orders to kill anybody who is working with Element 115. She then starts to go after all of the people within the Moon facility, the 3's, and so forth, even going as far to attack people in, say, the Ascension facility.
Please, help me. She's coming. The mechanism must be repaired.
This is the Samantha we came to know throughout much of Black Ops 1, and as we know, at the end of Black Ops 1, she ends up switching bodies with Richtofen, so she's now in Richtofen's body stuck on the moon, and Richtofen takes control of the pyramid. Then we have Black Ops 2, and we eventually reach Buried, and at Buried, Victus arrives at an old western town now located beneath the mining facility in Angola to discover Arthur in a jail cell. He assists them on their journey. The voices of Maxis and Richtofen return. They activate the final polarization device in Maxis' favor. Now corrupted by the Dark Ether, he reveals his true intentions to Victus and punishes Richtofen by trapping his soul in a zombie. Drawn into Argotha by her father, Samantha witnesses the evil that has corrupted him. When a rift in Dimension 63 opens up in 1918, she reaches to that Maxis' timeline for help. So Maxis has now become corrupted by the Dark Ether, and Samantha sees this, and she starts reaching into Dimension 63 now as a rift opens up to Agartha. And in the timeline we see this. June 11th, 1917. As Group 935 experiments with Element 115, they successfully create localized energy fields, which appear to function as portals. Nothing that objects can pass through them. Maxis speculates that the rifts may have seemingly been a gateway across space and time. The rifts allow Samantha to reach out to Maxis from Agartha. She begs for help and ultimately reveals that she is his daughter. This is when Samantha starts to beg for help, and we can see this reflected from Maxis' perspective in some of the Origins radios.
The child's voice calls to me more frequently than ever. At first, she spoke only of her imprisonment in a mythical realm known as Agartha. Now she claims to be my daughter, even though I know no such child exists. I fear my sanity may be slipping away from me.
Maxis initially doesn't know what to believe when he hears these voices that claim to be his daughter, but eventually on May 14th, 1918, now completely consumed by Samantha's voice, Maxis swears he will no longer serve Group 935's mission. Instead, what Maxis is going to be doing is working towards helping free Samantha from Agartha. He is officially sold that this is his daughter contacting him from another dimension. Now we have Origins, June 4th, 1918. Element 115 awakens the undead knights from the Great War and quickly consumes the camp. Max is rendered catatonic by the element. Richtofen removes his brain before he turns. Dempsey, Nikolai, and Takiel unite with Richtofen on the battlefield and help free Samantha from her imprisonment in Agartha. Primus has been reunited. Samantha sends Primus to their next destination. Maxis' brain arrives in Agartha. Dr. Monty decides to step in. Monty brings Maxis' brain to the house and wipes the Maxis corrupted by the Dark Ether from existence. This is when Samantha finally wins, and we're starting to enter the Black Ops 3 era of zombies. So Monty takes Samantha to the house, and then we see, knowing that Samantha is corrupted by the Dark Aether, Monty takes her away from Maxis and the house. And then, a little bit later, Monty returns Samantha to Maxis. Her innocence is restored. And this is when Samantha is finally back to normal. She's finally just like that little girl that was originally in 3's, before she became corrupted by the Dark Ether after she had touched the pyramid. And this is also at the same time when she starts to take a backseat in the zombie storyline. Monty has a plan with these children, and it involves the innocence of these children. We don't exactly know what that full plan was, but the whole time she's just kind of been in the house waiting for more children to arrive, and that's when we see her in the Origins ending playing with the toys that she's playing with Eddie with. So this is why Samantha isn't as important in Black Ops 3. She's just kind of hanging around in the house for more children to come while the rest of Primus is out doing their journey. They're the ones really on the ground doing things. Samantha doesn't need to do anything, and I assume that the children will be incredibly important in the next game. There's tons of hints to it, and the fact that we spent the whole game collecting them makes me think that in the next game we'll finally be doing something with them. But does Samantha still have her powers, which is one of the questions you had asked, and I would say no. Samantha doesn't have her powers that she had when she was in the pyramid because it was the pyramid that gave her those powers. However, I would say there's still something very special about Samantha. Samantha has these visions almost, and then she manifests them in the form of her drawings, which we see in Der Eisendrache. And even at one point, she was visited by keepers, which is a very interesting thing. Why would the keepers visit her unless there was something special about her? So maybe this will be explored in a future game, and there is something special about Samantha. She might not have powers, but there's something more to her that maybe we just don't understand yet, and that could be why the keepers were trying to visit her. That's going to wrap things up for this episode of A Deeper Dive. If you enjoyed this video or found it interesting, maybe give it a like, possibly subscribe for more, and if you have a topic you would like me to take a deeper dive into, please leave them down in the comments below, or if somebody has already suggested your idea, give them a thumbs up. I will be picking one of the top comments for the next episode. I'm going to go though, have a wonderful day, and bye.